Alright, so welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reacting to how good was Magic Johnson. Because arguably, Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard of all time. I think everybody can agree it's between him and Steph Curry at this point. But yeah, big fan of Magic Johnson, one of the most entertaining basketball players ever. So let's go ahead and hop straight into it. If you go ahead and enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Shout out Nonstop Basketball. The original video is always in the link in the description. But yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. How good was Magic Johnson?
NBA champ, three-time league MVP,
Irvin,
Hall of Famer, and the straw that stirred one of basketball's most famous styles of play. How good was
Showtime,
Magic Johnson really? Humble beginnings. Magic's childhood was far from lavish. He was born in Lansing, Michigan to an assembly worker and a school janitor. Since Magic had 6 siblings and 3 half-siblings, his parents had to work extra hard to provide for the family. Realizing his family needed him,
it's
Magic
a lot of
rose to the
siblings.
occasion and often chipped in by joining his father on his garbage collection route. His parents' work ethics were not the only thing to rub off on Magic during his childhood, as he picked up on another integral aspect from their lives: a love for the game of basketball. Magic trained with his...
Oh, if y'all want to watch the video without me talking as much, but I gotta go back. Hold up, let's see.
Lives. A love for the game.
Look at the fro. Look at the fro. That's beautiful. Magic had that fro. Okay.
Basketball.
Okay.
Magic trained with his dad night and day, teaching him the ins and outs of the sport. Magic was good, real good. It quickly became clear that Magic had a future
ahead
in
of his time,
basketball
man.
and a chance to give his family a better life.
6'9"
As a
point
ninth
guard.
grader, he shattered the city record for most points in a junior high game by putting up 48. Then as a sophomore, he recorded 36 points, 18 rebounds, and 16 assists, all in one game.
What? All in one game? That is a high school game. We're talking about a high school game. Man, wow. Yeah, Magic was ahead of his time.
Literally. This
really
triple-double led to a writer from the Lansing State Journal referring to him as Magic for the very first time, and it became one of the most well-known nicknames in sports history.
Gotta be one of the coolest nicknames ever. Gotta be one of the
to go in
coolest.
turning the sport he loved into a way to provide for his family. Even though he was a 2-time All-State selection and a McDonald's All-American in high school, he needed to prove himself all over again at the collegiate level to potentially one day hear his name called at the NBA
His fro
draft.
so clean.
But being referred to as one of the best players to ever come out of the state of Michigan, Magic had his pick of the litter when it came time to choose a college. He landed on Michigan State after deciding staying close to home was important to him. Magic actually didn't consider this to be a launchpad for the NBA. Instead, he focused on becoming a TV commentator by majoring in communications, which isn't all that shocking when you consider his outgoing personality.
I'm about to say it fits.
Hold him back. Magic thrived on the hardwood for the Spartans and quickly became one of college basketball's brightest stars. As a freshman, he averaged 17 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 7.4 assists, and made it to the March Madness Elite 8.
I don't think there is a nickname in sports history that just fits so perfectly with no matter what sport it is. There's just no nickname like Magic to go with somebody that was literally like Magic, you know? Like that's
Sophomore year, he put up nearly identical numbers, but this time, he led Sparty all the way to a national title. It was the most watched college basketball game ever.
Man.
Magic outdueled Larry Bird and was named the Final Four's most outstanding player. A star is born. Magic's rookie season ended up being one for the books, but first, he had to make the league. After dominating college basketball for 2 seasons, Magic decided to enter the 1979 NBA Draft, possessing such a unique skill set for someone standing at 6'9" and coming off a national title.
His play style ahead of his time.
Number 1 overall. And while
Easy to pick, you would ever
usually join organizations who have fallen on tough times, he was drafted by the Lakers. The Lakers were coming off 3 straight playoff appearances.
Yeah, isn't that kind of crazy?
The first pick as compensation for losing a free agent a few years earlier. But being the number 1 pick and playing in a city like LA for a team consistently reaching the postseason, there were sky-high expectations for Magic. The pressure didn't faze Magic one bit.
You know, cause usually when you're number 1 pick, you go into like a team that wasn't the best team in the league. The man went to the Lakers with Kareem, and like that team was stacked. That team was good. And it's kind of crazy. I always found it interesting how like the draft works in the NBA, especially like from back in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s. It's always been interesting.
hit. He managed to live up to those and then some. As a rookie, he averaged 18 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 7.3 assists per game, and was named to the All-Star team. And if that wasn't enough, he was a starter, a very rare and prestigious honor for a rookie. In addition to individual success, Magic helped the Lakers reach the finals after going 60-22 in the regular season. Then when LA was up,
that's what I'm talking about. First, you got the first overall pick, then you proceed to go 60-22. 60-22 after you just got the first overall pick. Like, come on. That is
up 3-2 in the series against the 76ers, Magic's running mate Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was ruled out for Game 6 due to injury. People counted out the Lakers because of this.
This when Magic played the center.
But Magic was
he got a triple-double, right? I'm pretty sure.
And with his family counting on him, he had no choice but to rise to the occasion. He led the Lakers that night to a 123-107 win, as he put up one of the greatest stat lines in finals history. 42 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals. He was named NBA Finals MVP, becoming the only rookie to ever do so. That sweet taste of victory didn't last long, because Magic's second season in the league was one plagued by injury. He suffered torn cartilage in his left knee and was forced to miss 45 games. This didn't stop the Lakers from paying him, though. They recognized they had a one-of-a-kind talent in Magic, so they decided to give him a one-of-a-kind contract. The two parties agreed to a 25-year, $25 million contract, which at the
when you think about it, I know like they finna say something about it, but at the time, to sign a 25-year contract to make 25 mil, you're making $1 million a year for 25 years. That's such like a messed up contract when you think about it in today's standards. Even back then, like nobody questioned that. Nobody was like, he should be getting more than this. Like nobody questioned that, or like, is that just me? But yeah, the fact that like 25 years, if you make it 25 mil, that's
time,
crazy contract.
Highest paying contract in sports history. Showtime. With a recovered knee and healthy bank account, it was time for Magic to lead LA back to the promised land. After a disappointing season in which they got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs, Magic looked like himself again. He nearly averaged a triple-double with 18.6 points, 9.6 rebounds,
Magic was so clean,
9.5 assists, and a league-leading 2.7 steals per game that year. He also joined Wilt Chamberlain and Oscar Robinson as the only players to ever record 700 points, 700 rebounds, and 700 assists.
Oh, wow, I never knew that.
Thanks to Magic's stellar play, the Lakers found themselves back in the finals, where they would again knock off the 76ers in 6 games. After recording a series-clinching triple-double, Magic was named Finals MVP for a second time. But the following year, Philly would finally get their revenge on Magic in the Lake Show. They were again facing off in the finals, but things were different this time. The Lakers were riddled with injuries, with James Worthy, Bob McAdoo, and Norm Nixon all hurt in that series. We may call him Magic, but he couldn't take on the 76ers alone.
Yeah.
Revenge became a recurring
bad team right there,
as did the Lakers making the finals. After leading LA to a third consecutive trip to the championship series, Magic ran into an old foe in Larry Bird, who in an epic 7-game series avenged his loss to Magic in the NCAA national title.
This one, Larry Bird and them boys in them green was really was really taking over. This was it right here.
Title game. But this just made Magic hungrier to win more than ever. A year later, the Lakers ran into the Celtics in the finals again, winning this time in 6 games and reclaiming their throne, as Magic averaged 18.3 points and 14 assists per game in the series.
That's actually pretty insane.
Finals appearances, the 85-86 season saw the Lakers fall in the conference finals, bringing an end to their impressive streak. The following season, with people wondering whether Magic was over the hill and the Lakers dynasty had come to a close, Magic averaged a career-high 23.9 points per game, while adding in 12.2 assists on his way to winning his first regular season MVP.
One thing I'm noticing is like in a lot of these clips, Magic jumper doesn't look too bad. We all know Magic Johnson wasn't really a shooter, but his jumper was looking pretty clean.
It wasn't just a regular season to remember for Magic. His dominance extended into the postseason, where he showed he wasn't ready to give up his crown, as he added another title and Finals MVP award to his growing legacy. Magic then had enough championship rings to fill his hand. Magic would go on to make the finals in 2 of the following 3 seasons and bring home 2 more regular season league MVP awards.
Man.
Hollywood ending. We thought Magic would continue to win awards and compete for titles for years to come, but then everything changed in an instant. While undergoing a physical prior to the 91-92 season, it was discovered that Magic's life would change forever. He tested positive for HIV. In a press conference on November 7th, 1991, Magic made the news public and announced that he would be immediately retiring from the NBA. The news transcended the sporting world. It was all people could focus on.
It was so crazy that I'm pretty sure I believe a lot of people didn't want to play against Magic Johnson because like they didn't know, like they were misinformed about like how the spreading of the disease actually worked. So a lot of people, I'm pretty sure Karl Malone was one of them, they just didn't want to have any kind of contact with Magic Johnson, and it's kind of crazy how people can turn their back on you. But hey, man, Magic still here to this day, so shout out Magic, man.
More than a decade later in 2004, it was named ESPN's 7th most memorable moment of the previous 25 years. Then, even though Magic was retired, fans voted him as a starter for the 92 NBA All-Star Game. Magic picked up exactly where he left off, filling up the stat sheet with 25 points, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds. On his way to being named the game's MVP, being named a starter demonstrated just how much fans and his fellow NBA peers respected him.
Yeah.
His performance proved just how good he was. The same should be said for his inclusion in the 92 U.S. Olympic basketball team roster, better known as the Dream Team. There was zero debating that Magic belonged on one of the greatest, if not the greatest, basketball teams.
Man, the Dream Team was really just, man, that documentary, just everything, man, just so
of all
good.
Time. Following a brief stint as coach of the Lakers, Magic unretired and laced him up in the purple and gold one more time during the 95-96 season. Even at 36, Magic made his impact on the court, averaging 14.6 points, 6.9 assists, and 5.7 rebounds.
Averaging that at 36 is not that bad.
That season. He retired after the season ended, saying, "I'm going out on my own comeback in 1992. Legacy. Magic's resume was about as lengthy as they come. He was a 5-time NBA champ, 3-time Finals MVP, 3-time regular season MVP, 12-time All-Star, 2-time All-Star Game MVP, and 9-time All-NBA first-teamer.
That's a crazy resume.
He led the Lakers to the finals a remarkable 9 times, while averaging 59 wins per season. Such sustained excellence is rare in any sport. But he didn't just rack up personal achievements and bring his team success. Magic transformed the way the game was played. At 6'9", he broke the mold of what was viewed as the ideal point guard, showing that position didn't have to be reserved for just the small guys. Magic played a positionless type of basketball that was not normal back then, filling in wherever his team needed it. His combination of size, athleticism, and ability was unheard of. He paved the way for and inspired generations to come. Guys like LeBron James and LaMelo Ball. His fast-paced style and prevalence of flashy plays earned him and the Lakers the nickname of Showtime. To this day, Magic is still referred to as one of the best, if not the best, point guards the game of basketball has ever seen.
Yeah, y'all have to let me know down in the comments because, like I said, I'm pretty sure most people can agree that it's between Magic Johnson and Steph Curry at this point. I'm pretty sure most people still have Magic Johnson. But yeah, man, Magic, man, like we all know and love him. One of the greatest to ever do it. Changed the way the game of basketball is played. One of the most just his highlights. That Lakers team, Showtime Laker was Magic, man. Magic made the Showtime Lakers, so one of the greatest passers of all time. But yeah, so y'all let me know down in the comments if you're a fan of Magic Johnson and how good y'all think Magic Johnson actually was, and if you were able to watch him, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'm catching the next one. We out of here. Peace. Let me know who y'all want to react to next.